right away when you come in here as well, and I can tell that's a heart and a passion of yours as well. And you actually have been donating your proceeds to help, certainly with what we just all experienced together as Floridians and the hurricane relief. So tell me a little bit about what you wanted your proceeds to go to.
Well, we've been very blessed, my family as well too, my partners in business. We always believe in giving back to the community. With the Hurricane Irma has been such devastating, we decided through the month of September and October, we're going to donate 20% of all our lobster roll proceeds to a local charity, preferably one for children that suffered through the hurricane. It's the least we can do.
Yeah. Well, again, congratulations on being new. And we need to let you get back to work because here you are just starting sushi and we stole you away.
Of course.
So again, congratulations. We're going to be seeing a lot more of Frankie's Lobster. And there's, by the way, a special offer this morning too. If you mention lobster, you get what, Frankie?
A free lobster macaroni and cheese on me.
Sounds good. Guys, again, congratulations. We will be here quite a bit. We're excited about this.
That'll be great. Thank you so much.
And again, for more info, check out their website as well. They're also on social media too. Our Tampa Bay Home Pro expert Joby Teal from AC Warehouse is back with us today. This morning we are breaking down the different types of ductwork. Who knew there were so many? Welcome back. Good morning.
Thanks for having me.
This is so true. I had no idea. I thought, I don't know, there's one brand of ductwork and that's what you got.
Yeah, and that's what most homeowners think. Unfortunately, there's several different types of ductwork.
Fortunately, though, there's a team like you that can break it down.
That's right. And a lot of times when homeowners are considering changing out their air conditioning system, they're really concerned about the energy efficiency. With power bills,
should be, right?
Yeah, with power bills rising, it's definitely a big concern, but they never really consider the ductwork in their attic and whether or not that's energy efficient.
And you say what?
It's definitely a big deal, and there's different types that you can choose from.
Okay.
When our consultant comes out to your home, they're going to go over these various options with the homeowner so that they have the option of changing that out at that time. So for example, the first flex duct that we have here, this is an R4 rated. This is traditionally...
What does that mean?
Well, that's the insulated value.
Okay.
Just like if you have blown in insulation in your attic, has an insulated value. So this is traditionally used under a mobile home. Obviously, being under a mobile home, it's much cooler under there versus a hot attic.
Okay.
It also has a vapor barrier versus a reflectant barrier.
Well, and we were kind of looking at these, and there's basically three parts to these. There's this outside, what do you call this, a lining? Or
this is your liner, so this would be your vapor barrier on the outside, and then you've got your insulated is your next level, and then your inner liner, which is where your air actually travels through.
And the thickness is what starts to change, I know, as well, when we get into this kind of nicer grade one.
This is a R6, so your insulation is going to be a little bit thicker with this one, a little bit more energy efficient, of course, and this is designed to be in your attic. So this has a reflectant barrier on the outside versus the radiant barrier.
Okay.
So,
are the linings in this inside pretty much the same?
These are the same in the two of these, yes. These two are exactly the same as far as the interior liner. Now, when you go up to the upgrade, this is also a reflectant barrier. You can see it's a little bit different of a color, of course, to identify. This is an R8. So this is very energy efficient, very insulated product. And the inner liner,
a little thicker, too.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a higher quality because, again, your attic is going to be in the summertime 140 degrees or more, and it's definitely the ductwork is baking, if you will. So you want a really good quality product. The inner liner, however, in this particular product is an antimicrobial liner. So that won't allow any biological growth to grow within that ductwork, which is really important to a lot of homeowners.
Explain what ductwork, what the function of this. Why is it important to know what we have already and to know our options if we have to replace this?
Well, number one, again, the ductwork, which is designed to bring all the air into your system, and then of course that cool air and deliver that to your individual rooms in your home. So it's very important. It's as important as your AC system itself.
Because the AC system, I feel, gets a whole lot more attention. You know, making sure that you have the right one than ductwork. Yeah,
it's kind of out of sight, out of mind when it comes to ductwork. It's in your attic. You don't really think about it. However, again, you lose a lot of the efficiency in your ductwork. And again, going back to your health, you know, the fact that you can have this installed in your home and not have to worry about anything growing with inside that ductwork, you'd still want to keep it clean, of course. But again, the upgrade is going to cost a little bit more on the front end, but over the long haul, it'll pay itself back in your energy savings.
Well, and I want to get to our offer too. We have a little less than a minute left because it's a great offer right now if you do need some work done. But then there's an offer for this Aero Seal, which I know kind of comes hand in hand for this as well. So we're going to briefly kind of explain what that is.
Well, we are running an offer on a full duct change out. That is $500 off any full duct change out. There's a lot of homeowners out there that have new ductwork. They don't need to change their ductwork out. And in the event that they have new ductwork, that's where the Aero Seal will come in, because that gives us the ability to bring in the machine and seal the ductwork from the inside out. So we're also doing a free consultation with that as well.
And we've done entire segments on the Aero Seal, so I encourage anyone, if they have not seen that, to really find out what that is, because I know that's pretty exclusive to you and your team, so people need to know about that. Always a pleasure to have you in, Joe. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you for being one of our Tampa Bay Home Pros.
Thanks for having me.
More than 500,000 people in the Bay Area are living without enough food to eat. And now that number is surging after Hurricane Irma, but this is not stopping Feeding Tampa Bay from being the hunger relief leader in our area. And here to tell us all that they are doing and how you can help is Director of Marketing, JC Peters. JC, how are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I mean, always when you're here, it's always staggering statistics, and now it's obviously gotten even worse in a way because of the hurricanes. But first, talk about your involvement in the community. How are you able to help? Hurricane taken out of it.
Yeah, so Feeding Tampa Bay, we are the backbone of hunger relief in the Bay Area. We serve 10 counties in West Central Florida. So our job is really to go out and find food from farmers, retail partners, manufacturers, community food drives. Wherever we can get our hands on food, we'll gather that food and then we'll share it out back through a network of agency partners. Those are your local church pantries, soup kitchens that are, those boots on the ground.
And so then the hurricane kind of rolls in, or we get into that cone of uncertainty as you and I are maybe going and trying to find water. You guys get to work. Talk about how you're able to start getting things stocked up before a hurricane hits.
So we pulled out our disaster relief plan about a week before the storm hit. And at that point, we had to assess if this was going to be a local problem or a statewide problem, probably both. And so as the hurricane adjusted its path each day, we adjusted our plan. And so we really rallied our volunteers to make sure that we could get enough bags packed to go after the storm. We also worked with our network of agency partners to make sure their pantries were stocked so that as soon as that storm hit, we're ready to respond immediately.
And post-hurricane, from our conversations before, really is twofold. Of course, the demand goes up, but so does the help.
Yes.
Talk about the relationship.
We consider ourselves at Feeding Tampa Bay to be in this wonderful network, both in the community where we're providing food, but also, receiving the support as you're talking about. And so we have, since the storm, received an enormous amount of support through food donations, monetary donations. We've received state support. Being part of the Feeding America network of food banks, we also receive national support. And so we're able to gather those resources that are incredibly, in high need right now for the families that we're serving.
And, perhaps this is a misconception, but the hurricane has passed. Everybody, seems to have power now. Everyone's kind of moving on, but that's not the case at all, because hunger can kind of be affected differently in a way.
Right. And so, hunger is an issue every day of the year, but when a disaster hits like this, families who have been, out of work are not receiving the paychecks that they're normally receiving. Maybe they had damage to their house. They were without power, so they lost all of their food. So this is not something that we just immediately respond to. We'll be responding for 90 days, 120 days, months, even up to a year in advance to help families get back on their feet.
Wow. And one of the things that I really like about Feeding Tampa Bay is that you guys are trying to change the stigma of hunger.
Absolutely.
And how are you changing the stigma, and what exactly is it?
A lot of folks, when you think of hunger, you think of homelessness, and that's just not really the case. So only 5% of the individuals that we serve are in fact homeless. So that means 95% of people rent or own their own home. These are families that are hardworking, single parents. They just are not making enough to make ends meet. We have seniors on fixed incomes. And so it's a lot of times people that could look like you and me, coworkers, people in our neighborhoods. And so, that is something that Feeding Tampa Bay has really tried to educate the community, is that, hunger it knows no race, age, you know, it could happen to anyone, and it's a car accident, a medical emergency, and in this case, a natural disaster away from putting someone in a position where they can't supply food to their family.
Well, we want to be able to help you be put in position so that you can help by sharing the information. Of course, there's the info on your screen, phone number, website. JC, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
The Harry Potter film series is one of those once-in-a-lifetime cultural phenomena that continues to delight millions of fans around the world. So how about reliving the magic of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in high definition on a giant screen while hearing the orchestra perform John Williams' unforgettable score, note for note? Well, that's what the Florida Orchestra is doing. And joining us now is composer-conductor John Jasinski. John, how are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I am excited to talk with you. You've kind of done like a two-part series here with the Florida Orchestra.
I heard, yeah.
So I'm glad we're talking about this because these pop culture concerts, I'm going to use a term that you've used.
Sure.
Why are they so popular these days?
Well, I think they're really popular and very important. People don't usually have the same connection to the symphony that they may have had in the past. These pop culture concerts are a way for people to hear music that they're familiar with, that they love. I was a rock guy until I heard the score for Harry Potter when I was coming up in age. And it's what really convinced me to want to become a composer in the first place. So if I didn't have that connection to John Williams' music, to the music of film, I may not be where I am today. So it's important for people who may not get that exposure usually to be able to come and listen to something they're familiar with, something that connects with them emotionally, and be able to experience the symphony for the first time in many cases.
Okay, now wait a second, John. You're giving Harry Potter's score some serious love here. You're saying that this is what kind of inspired you to go to the route you did?
It is indeed. The first time I remember sitting in the theater and I had connected to scores and films before that, and having read the books for Harry Potter, I was even more primed to love it. But as soon as I had my butt down there in that seat and I could hear the music and I felt the magic almost coming out of the screen at me, I was hooked. And I knew if I could create that magic for somebody else or to get myself involved in creating a film in that sort of way, that would be a worthy life for me.
So you've done these similar things like this before, so you must have been chomping at the bit, though, to have Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone be one.
Absolutely, yeah. Anytime you get the chance to conduct Maestro John Williams' music, it's a dream come true. This score, absolutely. I played coy with it, of course. It's oh, sure, of course. I would like to do this. But no, it's absolutely one of my favorites, so I am thrilled to be able to conduct it.
Well, I think a fair question is why? Why is this one of your favorites? What is it about this score that just moved you so much?
Well, again, as I said, anytime you have anything written by John Williams, it's phenomenal. Right off the bat, no questions whatsoever. But it's the connection, I feel, and you see all of these fans from all over the planet, and I've conducted it now all over the planet. They all come out. Every age, every cultural background, they all love it. They're all huge Harry Potter fans. So I think it's this wonderful blend of J.K. Rowling's original stories, married with wonderful films, mixed with amazing music, and all of that magic combined, and pardon the pun, using magic, but it really does create this space and this feeling of just being able to take off with Harry when he does and really connect with the characters. And the score really opens the door to that. There's emotions in there that you may not connect with normally, that the music just pulls out of you. And I feel it every time I'm conducting it. I still get the same chills at the same moments and the same thrills at the same time. Quidditch match, it's one of the hardest things for the orchestra to play.
Really?
It's one of the hardest things for me to keep going straight in my head while I'm up there conducting it, but it is so rewarding to hear everybody cheer for everything. It's great.
I'll say I'm sold. I'm sold just listening to you talk about it.
Good.
And I was going to say you're talking about all the positives. there's got to be a few challenges, though, trying to time up the music and the movie. I mean, I can only imagine.
It's tricky. I will be honest. It is tricky. It takes some practice. Luckily, I've had experience with my own composing where I've conducted live orchestras with my scores. But that's essentially what we're doing is we use a system where we're able to visually match up the picture with the music. And it can be a little intimidating at first, especially with those heavy action cues that,
like the Quidditch scene.
Yeah, everything has to line up absolutely perfectly. Otherwise, the audience will be able to tell that things are off. If Harry gets hit with a broom and you hear a thump a second later, that doesn't work. But yeah, the orchestras so far have been game, and I absolutely think the Florida Orchestra is going to be right there for that. And yeah, and then an amazing thing with Williams' music is he really gives you space to breathe and create this wonderful symphonic sound, even on moments that are not action heavy. And those are great times where we can kind of breathe and relax as an orchestra and make some really nice music.
Wow. Again, you can hear the passion in his voice. I'm sold. There's the information so you can get tickets for yourself and the phone number. John, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Always a treat. Now, before we go to break, though, did you know that the Florida Orchestra, speaking of John, is celebrating their 50th anniversary? They are committed to keeping the arts affordable and accessible. They play across the Bay, so it's easy to find tickets right for you. For ticket information, just give them a call or visit their website at the information on your screen.
Whether it's workers' compensation or personal injury, if the adjuster is calling you, offering you money to settle your case, then wouldn't it be in your best interest to contact an attorney before you sign on the dotted line? There's no one better to contact than Catherine Stone at Barbas Law. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
In some cases, I'm thinking, all right, someone's got an offer, they're ready to sign, let's do it, and it's a done deal, case closed.
Well, it's not always that simple.
Of course it's not.
Of course it's not. And you know, I always try to bring in real world examples from things that happen in my office. And recently I've had two clients, well, now they're clients, contact me and say, the insurance company has offered me X. And, but I'm not sure that I want to take it because in this one particular case, the insurance company was then not paying medical bills that they should have paid. Even before the settlement. And so she was very concerned about that. The other thing is the other person who had been offered a settlement, she then got the paperwork and didn't understand, because they're going to send you in workers' comp a stack of paperwork like this, and they're going to call you down to the judge's office because the judge still has to approve that. And because you're not represented, you're going to have to personally go down and appear in front of a judge. Well, I wouldn't be comfortable doing that if I didn't know anything about the law. But they don't tell you this when they're making these offers to you. They don't tell you that you're going to have to go down in front of the judge. They don't tell you that you're going to have a stack of paperwork with a bunch of legal terms that you don't know anything about.
Is there lots of questions and lots of things that need to be sorted out once it gets to that point where you're ready to sign that still need to be looked at?
Absolutely, because especially in workers' compensation, the documents that are typically signed, they not only include oftentimes claims for workers' compensation, they also want you to give up any and all rights against suing your employer, whether it's employment discrimination, ADA, whatever it may, wage and hour. And so they don't tell you that a lot of times, and they don't tell you all the terms until you get the paperwork. And oftentimes it's been my experience that, you know, if the adjuster knows that you're not represented, they're trying to get that claim sold at a bargain. And so just for instance, you know, a client comes in and had been offered X, and we were able to secure a lot more than that for that person because we took a look at the file and realized that there were certain avenues that were available to the claimant that that person hadn't utilized yet.
I don't know if we've talked about this, me and you together about this, hope I don't put you on the spot, but I would imagine some people think that if they're already dealing with this, they're losing money from their job or whatever, that they can't afford to call an attorney, or they can't, that's just one other thing that they're going to have to pay for that they're struggling with. Do you think that's why? Because I'm thinking, why do you not have an attorney with you? I mean,
I think a lot of times, especially if they're still employed with the employer and they're still going to work, I definitely think that there's some concern that they will be fired or terminated, which is a whole other issue. You can't be fired or terminated or demoted just for pursuing a workers' compensation claim. Now, Florida is an at-will employment state, so they can terminate you
Just because?
Just because, as long as they don't violate federal law. But so it is a tricky situation, and I do oftentimes have clients that will come in and see me, and then I won't hear from them for 6 months, and they don't sign up with me until something bad starts happening. Yeah. But with regards to settlements, I just think that there's so many complex issues and wording in the documentation that a lot of clients just don't understand. And I think you should understand when you're giving up your rights to pursue something under the system that automatically gives you those rights.
Again, I can't imagine anyone going through this and not having someone like you on their team. I mean, it just seems like a no-brainer. But thank you so much again. We love that your passion is informing the public about what to do. That's why we call this Know Your Rights. Right. You don't know what you don't know. But if you have any questions on this topic or any other that she has covered, just give them a call. There's their website as well. And we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks.
Home Pro expert May Electric Solar is back with us today with a very special offer, and it's so good that we want to talk with William May and Neil Summers right away to find out more information. Good morning to the both of you.
Good morning.
Okay, I got to say, I'm looking at all sorts of things. One thing, LG back here, but I think it's fair to say we need to start off with what products do you offer to help your customers?
Well, we offer In-Phase. That's the microinverter technology. It's one of the safest on the market. It's streamlined so that homeowners can actually monitor their systems online. It's a panel by panel individually so that if there's any kind of issue, we would know about it, the homeowner knows about it, but with this, it's the most reliable and it's perfect. I mean, we haven't had any go out.
And I was going to say LG right now is what we're talking about. Why is LG better than some of the other things that we see out on the market right now?
LG is the leading source of solar panels right now in the residential market. So they're putting a lot of effort in making the best panel on the market. This behind us is the LGR. This comes standard with a 25-year warranty for performance, which most panels do, but not all of them have a production or a product warranty, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Which means that it's fully covered for 25 years.
And I gotta say, I'm learning about solar technology, to be quite honest with you, and I didn't realize one of the most important things is actually how the solar panels attach to the roof. You get a lot of questions about that. What are you able to use that you can stand behind?
We use iron ridge racking. It's one of the best out there. It's rated at 150 mile-an-hour winds. We didn't have any issues with the storm we just had.
Wow,
and that was a good thing. And yeah, Iron Ridge is a very good system as far as attaching it to the roof. And you don't have any worries as far as that goes.
And I know one of the things that you do pride yourself, having the best equipment, but also your team. What is it about your team that really stands out versus the competition?
We don't use any subcontractors. Everyone's trained within house by me or my lead people that have been with me for over 5 or 6 years. So that it's a very controlled environment. So there's no question of was that done right, from sales to supervisors and on the installation. And I'm on most of my job sites, so I'm looking over the whole project myself. But it's clockwork. If you call for a referral from one of our customers, we make it look easy.
Yeah, we come out, we consult with the homeowner, we address their needs. We're able to size the system to meet that. Even if they want to just maybe start out with a smaller system, we could easily add on to it with this microinverter and grow their system to meet that threshold of a net zero bill, which nobody wants a bill. So
I was going to say, what is the goal when it comes to solar panel? That net zero bill?
Yeah, a lot of times a homeowner doesn't want to receive a bill anymore, and we're able to get them to that. And with our cost, it's very competitive, and they're able to get a very they're able to get a very good return on investment.
Okay, I'll say good financing. That's a good thing to bring up.
Excellent, yeah.
Okay, always the key. And you know, hearing you guys talk about why it's important to hire your team and the training you're able to provide, how important is it to have a local company that understands your needs? I'm assuming that's a big component.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of companies coming into Florida after we killed Amendment 1. And we've been here for 10 years, and we have hundreds and hundreds of systems. And so we're able to bring up their systems and show homeowners, hey, this is our system right in your neighborhood that we're able to monitor. And it's very cool. I mean, we operate out of the building we own, and I think homeowners have a better sense of, is that contractor going to be around in 12 years? Should there be an issue? Which is a very good peace of mind.
So you want to hire that local company. And at the very top of this segment, I did bring up the special. I think we need to revisit this because it really is great.
So with the LGR panel systems, if you buy a 5 kW or larger, LG is giving away a 49-inch flat screen TV.
So what, you buy a solar panel, LG, and you walk away with an LG flat screen?
That's right.
Yes.
So really, this is the time to do it, right, guys?
That's right. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Good stuff. Guys, thank you both so much for coming on. There's the information on your screen, along with their Facebook page. So be sure to visit them. Thank you again.
16 beautiful locations. Here we are once again on a beautiful day out at Hernando Beach today. Their location, Freedom Boat Club. We have friend Drew Moon here today who's going to tell us a little bit about Hernando Beach, what is to do here. I've seen a lot of the locations so far. Again, there's 16 in total, but Drew, tell us about Hernando Beach and what's so special about this particular location.
I absolutely love Hernando Beach. It's such a beautiful area. One of the key points here is scallop fishing, which a lot of people like to do. We're about a 6 to 10 minute boat ride from there where you can actually bring the scallops back and keep them here from this location. And also boating to Weeki Wachee, going up. If you're an adult, you're looking for the manatees. If you got the kids with them, you're looking for the mermaids.
Which you can find mermaids. They're still alive. Well, and talk about this area in general, because I hear fishing is spectacular up here as well. Got a lot of fishermen up here.
It is, absolutely. There's man-made reefs that are offshore about 10, 15 miles that they've actually created that's built this great fish population out there to go out and fish. And then they have the flat water spoils that are out here that you can go to, and skinny fish is what they call it. Go after the reds, the trout, the snook. Just some really, really great fishing here. Absolutely.
One of the benefits of being a member, from what I'm learning from your team, is the different variety of boats. We have two beautiful boats here on either side of us today, but talk about that and how nice that is to not just be a boat owner of one boat, but when you're a member, you get any boat to choose from, essentially.
Absolutely. It's one of my favorite things about Freedom Boat Club is you do have this variety of boats to choose from. You know, if you're taking out your family, friends, business people, your neighbors, things like that, you know, you'd get on a pontoon boat. You can take 10, 14 people out to the islands and have a great time. If it's you and your family and you're going tubing, you're taking a deck boat and going out. If you're going out flats water fishing in particular, our flat style fishing boat is perfect. Or if you are going 20 miles offshore, one of the offshore style boats is going to be a great boat out. So to have that variety of boats for the water activity you're doing that day, the amount of people you're taking with you, is awesome to have, without a doubt.
You know, I mentioned the 16 locations, but you talk about the locations across the country that you can be a part of too. I mean, that's another win-win. Talk about the areas that you can travel outside of the Bay Area.
Oh, absolutely. We have 124 reciprocal franchises that all of our members can use across the nation. What's so wonderful about this? You go on vacation with your family and your friends, or you're traveling to visit folks, or wherever you're going, you have boats in these locations. You're not trailering there or renting or chartering or not having a boat. You're literally showing up in Boston and having your family meet you at the club there and going out boating, or Seattle or California or Lake of the Ozarks or Hilton Head or Isla Mirada or Daytona Beach. But you have 124 reciprocal franchises all across the nation that you can use and enjoy boating when you're on vacation with your family and friends. Love it.
That's so awesome. Drew, as we kind of wrap up here, I mean, what do you say to that person that's on the fence right now and they're going, I don't know, do I want to go and just buy my own boat? Do I want to be a member? What do you say to them, Drew?
You know, Freedom Boat Club, you know, we're 28 years in business, 140 locations total, no headaches, no hassles, a fraction of the cost, variety of boats. It's just a win-win situation all the way around. I joined the club 15 years ago. I joined for the ease and convenience. I learned to love the variety of boats. I learned to love the multiple locations and having no headaches, no hassles, no cleaning, no maintenance. Come on down, talk to one of the membership executives, learn more about Freedom Boat Club, join, go boating and have fun.
And that's it. It's as simple as that. So, Drew, thank you so much for taking us out on the water today. Again, one of their newest locations, Hernando Beach. We can't wait to check out the others. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you.
As always, for more info, go to our website.
Well, we've officially made it to fall, which means temperatures will eventually start to fall too, right?
I hope.
Well, it's time to adjust our fashion and beauty routines.
And joining us today is beauty and style expert Kate DuPont, who is here to share fall's must-have products.
What better way to say hello to fall than with a great pair of boots? I brought in styles from Koolaburra by UGG. Koolaburra is UGG's free-spirited sister brand that's a little less expensive with the same effortless style as UGG. I love that nearly all styles are under $100, and this fall they're launching Koola Kids. Available in sizes 12 to 5, go to koolaburra.com. Acne is such a big concern, and there is a totally unique solution called Curology. Your Curology formula is a mix of prescription ingredients you can't get off the shelf, chosen for you by an online dermatology provider. Curology uses your photos, history, and goals to pick prescription ingredients just for you and mails a custom formula to your door. Now, most over-the-counter acne products have benzoyl peroxide or salicylic acid and may eliminate just 33% of acne, while prescription medications can get rid of up to 90%. So Curology brings the same prescription ingredients and personalization you get with an in-person dermatologist for the price of one-size-fits-all over-the-counter products. You're matched with a licensed provider who gets to know your skin, asks questions, and sticks by you. Start your first month free at Curology.com/fall17. I'm always looking for anti-aging night treatments, and the Elemis Peptide 4 Night Recovery Cream Oil is inspired by the body's inner clock and supports the skin's nighttime circadian rhythm of renewal to give you a revitalized complexion upon waking. In user trials, 99% said it made them look 5 years younger, and 98% said it was the best nighttime product they ever used. This combines the hydration of a moisturizing cream and protection of an oil, and is blended with night-scented stock oil, used for the first time in cosmetics, which has omega-3s and 10 times more vitamin E than traditional oils used in skincare. Go to elemis.com. Fall is busy, so I always look for multitaskers. I found new Duo, and it's a dual-sided flexible personal cleansing tool that unites the clean of a bar with the care of a body wash and the experience of a puff. I love that its scrubby side exfoliates while the smooth side conditions while contouring to your body for a close clean. Duo gives a deeper clean as it exfoliates deeper than a body wash puff, and it's so easy to use. Add water for a rich lather and hang to dry after showering. The scent is delightful, and currently find it for $3 off for a limited time in grocery stores, Walmart, and Target. Go to cleansingduos.com. With summer over, let's focus on 2 products that help skin look and feel better. New dermatologist recommended Serica Moisturizing Scar Formula and Serica Moisturizing Stretch Mark Formula are made with ingredients like Amazonian Prakashi oil and a patented network of semi-permeable silicones that help improve the appearance of scars and stretch marks. Each formula has a blend of ingredients and an elegant texture that has skin nourishing properties and helps promote more elasticity and a more even skin tone. Head to a Walgreens store or walgreens.com to get $5 off any Serica product. And here are your fall essentials.